Hi and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make Welsh cakes. The first time I had these fresh, I was visiting a friend in Switzerland and she was cooking them and we were eating them straight from the pan. They were all hot and delicious. So that's what I'm going to do today. We're going to make Welsh cakes, so let's get started. In this bowl I have 250 grams of self-raising flour and I'm going to add a teaspoon of baking powder. There we go. This is mixed spice. You could use cinnamon, but this is mixed spice, and that's half a teaspoon. I'm just going to give it a bit of a stir around with my knife, and the next thing I'm going to add is 125 grams of cold butter. And I'm just going to go in with my knife and chop it up into small bits, and then I'll go in with my hands and rub it together like you would when you're making pastry. The butter needs to be cold for this because if it's warm, it's too soft, and when you come to actually making the dough, it won't be firm enough and it'll all just crumble into pieces. So it's one of the few, like pastry, it's one of the few things where I'm telling you that you do need to have cold butter. I'm just going to go in now with my hands and rub it together until we get fine breadcrumbs. It's a good workout for your fingertips, this is, as the butter's so cold. I think we've all had Welsh cakes at one time or another when we've seen them in the supermarket and we've bought a packet. And I must admit, I'm always disappointed. You know, after having them freshly cooked at my friend's house, they were just so delicious. So they are really worth making at home. There we have it, gorgeous fine breadcrumbs. Now that is done and we've got the breadcrumbs, I'm going to add 100 grams of just currants. You could use sultanas if you prefer, but I like currants. Oops, one's left in there. And this is 90 grams of caster sugar. I love currants. When I was little, I used to go into my mum's pantry and steal the currants and have them to eat as a treat. I'd get into trouble because when Mum came to cook, there was never any left. I'm just putting a well in the centre and I'm going to add 1 egg. There we go. And I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of milk. It might need 3. We'll just see how it comes together. And I'm just going in with my knife and stirring it round to get all of it together. And now I'm going to go in with my hand and then I will be able to feel whether I need to add some more milk and see if it will come together. Oops. What I'm after is a ball of dough. I don't think it needs any more milk, it's quite sticky. Oops. There we go, it's stuck all over my hands. There we go, it's coming into a ball now. There. Now it's ready to roll out, so I'll clear up the table and we'll get started with that. The dough is now a nice firm ball, so I'm going to sprinkle some flour on my worktop. It's not sprinkling. There we go. This is a case. It's because it's full. There, put the dough on there, move that out of the way. I'm going to get my cutter. This is a 7cm fluted cutter. It's one with, you can do plain or fluted. Traditionally, Welsh cakes are made with a fluted cutter. Sprinkle some flour on top. I'm now going to roll this to about 5mm, that's half a centimetre. So let's just put that there, otherwise it'll roll off the table. And now I'm just going to cut out circles. There's one. Two. Carry on with the remaining flat pastry until you've got none left. There's always a little bit left that I make into a little ball and flatten, and that's the cook's treat. I've heated my pan on a low heat. On my hob it's about a 6. It's not desperately hot, but it's hot enough. There's no fat in here. I'm just going to put these in and they cook for 3 minutes on each side. So it's well worth setting a timer. Can you set a timer? 3 minutes. My handy assistant. And you'll see them as they're cooking, they'll slightly rise up on the one side, and you can, when you look, you can see halfway through to whether they're cooked or not. And then we'll turn them over and do 3 minutes on the other side. Don't be worried if they feel very soft. They firm up as they cool down. They are very, very crumbly. So when you're picking them up and turning them, they do sometimes fall apart, and I have had them where I've just flipped one and it's just fallen apart. So you do need to be careful when you're turning them. But if you just wait, then they'll be fine. I'm taking these out of the pan. I have a plate here with some caster sugar sprinkled on it, and I'm just, once they're cooked, taking them out of the pan, putting them onto my plate of sugar, coating both sides, and then I'm moving them across to my other plate. And then after, when they're all done, they'll all be slightly crispy on the outside with a bit of sugar. Don't these look fantastic? And they're still warm, and they've got a sprinkling of caster sugar on them. They go wonderfully with a gorgeous cup of tea. Let's just taste them and see what they're like. You can't beat homemade. They're just lovely, and they're still warm as well. So I really do hope you're going to have a go at these. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the notification button, and I'll see you all again next time. Thank you for watching. Floppity whippity jibbit. You just turn that on.